In this demo, we'll talk about the steps to be taken by the payroll manager to release the tax saving declaration, get the inputs from the employees, send out reminders, approve the tax saving declaration submitted by the employee, and in the subsequent part, we'll show how the tax saving submission process can be managed. To release the tax saving declaration process, log in as the payroll manager. From the left hand side menu, click on payroll manager menu, click on tax saving submenu. You'll be navigated to the tax saving declaration page. As you can see, you have a financial year drop down which will help you manage the year for which you are doing the process. Click on the open tax saving declaration button. The system will show you that you have not released the process for 28 employees. The subsequent statuses are used when you re-release the process or when employees join in the company as the year goes by. Give a time frame for the employees to fill up their tax saving declaration. Provide the end date. Also, if you have to send an alert, which is an email alert and a dashboard alert to the employees, you should make this as yes. Make sure that you do not give an end date which is overlapping with your payroll period, because if the tax saving declaration is not done, the payroll process cannot be managed. Click on release declaration. The tax saving declaration has been released. And as you would see, for all the employees who are mapped to new regime, it gets automatically updated as approved, because in the new regime, the employees do not need to provide a tax saving declaration. But for the employees who are on the old regime, the status will be not submitted. Once you have released the tax saving declaration, you can go to the last tab, release history tab, and you can review the status of the declarations which have been made by the employees. As you can see here, 2 employees have submitted their tax saving declaration, which need to be approved by you. 13 are yet to submit and 13 are approved, and these approved can be the new regime records. If you want to send the reminder to employees to submit the tax saving declaration, you can click on send reminder button. Reminder alert is sent to all the employees which have not submitted their tax saving declaration. To approve a submitted tax saving declaration, go to the first tab. You can sort the status on submitted. You can see the records which have been submitted by the employees. If you want to review the record, you can click on edit. It will show you the details submitted by the employee. You can approve it by clicking on approve, or you can also use the multi-select checkbox on the left. Click approve to approve multiple records. At the end of the financial year, towards the month of February or March, you will need to take the proofs of the tax savings which have been done by the employee. This process is called tax saving submission process. To open the tax saving submission process, on the tax saving declaration page, you need to click on the open year-end process button. When you start the year-end declaration process, you will not be able to release the first process, which is the declaration process, anymore. Similar to the declaration process, you will need to give a time window. In this case, again, you need to make sure that you're not extending the end date to a period where you're running payroll, because if there are tax saving submissions pending for approval, you will not be able to run the payroll. After selecting the end date, click on release. Tax saving submissions are released to the employees. Once you release the tax saving submission process, you will start receiving the filled up forms. You will need to review and approve them. To access the submitted forms, you can filter on the submitted status on the status column. As you can see here, 3 employees have submitted their records. To access a record, you can click on edit. You will see all the details which have been submitted by the employee. You need to approve each row one by one, or you can also approve all the rows by clicking on button on the bottom of the page. If you click on the button at the bottom of the page, all the records will be approved. But since you need to verify the supporting documents, the recommended process is that you download each supporting document, check the amount as per the document, fill it up on the screen, and then click on approve on the row. If an employee has not provided a supporting document like highlighted here, you can skip the row. You need not click on approve. Or if the employee has submitted a wrong receipt, you can skip the approval. So in the last record, I'm showing the scenario where you can check the supporting and change the amount. Employee has claimed 16,000 rupees, while you can check and say, for example, it is 15,000 rupees and click on approve. Now, as you can see, you have approved 3 records and some of the records are still in the submitted status. With this updation, you can now click the approve at the bottom of the page. You get a confirmation message that the values have not been updated for some line items. They will not be considered for tax saving calculation, and employee can make changes to them when the process is opened again. So through this mechanism, you can re-release the form. Whatever has been approved by you, that will be locked and cannot be changed by the employee when you re-release the form. We'll click on yes. Now, if I check the status for this employee, since some records have been approved and some have not been approved, the status is now partially approved. Another way for you to review the records and provide approval is by multi-selecting multiple rows. After that, you can click on download supporting. All the supporting documents which are part of the selected records will be downloaded in a zip file. You can review the documents and then provide your approvals accordingly. You can also click on export to Excel, in which you will then be able to see all the data which has been uploaded by the employee in an Excel format.